Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading for the last 10 days of July, and you, Virgo, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Virgo, we all do have a little bit of Virgo in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Virgo in? That might give you further clarity as to where this information is most prominent for you. This is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That might give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, we have for the underlying energy for the entire reading, we have the Magician. So the Magician is saying that you have 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond to move forward in a beautiful way in your life. This is an energetic upgrade. It's talking about bringing your thoughts from above down to the earth below to create a beautiful garden. You have all the tools that you need, and you just have to figure out which tools to use when. You may have noticed if you leave tools laying around, they don't get up and do the work for you. So you're going to have to put some energy into it. We have Temperance, and so the Temperance card is talking about an Earth Angel energy. This is for the internal forces, which is the bottom half of this reading. And Temperance is regarding your attitude in life. Are you able to control your anger and your negative emotions and see the bright side of things? Sometimes it can be a little challenging. The Earth Angel energy, she is alchemizing, and then she's got her foot in the universal pool and grounding that onto Earth. And look, there's already two beautiful flowers growing. She's on her path of glory, represented by the sun here in the background, and that represents being on God's path. In the Bible, it says that God sends 144,000 chosen ones down, and this is what a lot of people feel this card is representing, is some of those angels doing some... That's my cat, Stella. If you're hearing a lot of noise in the background, that's weird. That's her. She's got happy feet, and she's purring. Are you a happy kitty? Yes. All right, so we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is joyful most of the time because she is using her intuition at a very high level. She's in between these two pillars representing extremes, and all of that in the background is information coming at her. These days we have so much information coming at us, so it's valuable to understand that information does equal energy. The more information we have, the faster things tend to feel like they are going. And this is talking about how she manages this. She is able to use her intuition to a very high level because she recognizes the difference between her mind and her brain. Her mind, your mind, is the thoughts that you have and your will to proceed, how you digest the information. Your brain is your central nervous system. It's the components of the brain and the spinal column that send sensations throughout your body. And that energy is, if you think about a question and logically, and then you get logical answers back, you might get 10 logical answers to any question or even more, and they all would be logically sound. But which one of those is the answer that you want to use? Which one is going to work best for you? That's when you need to stop thinking and feel and pay attention to the sensations in your body when you look at each of the answers. Now, a lot of people will recognize this as that feeling, if it's weak energetically, it's like when the elevator drops, you feel that in your gut and you just know, okay, that's not the answer. And then when you hit a strong one, it'll make you want to stand up straight. And that is just talking about being able to identify which one is best for you. You can't logically work that out because they're all logical, so you need to intuitively feel for that answer. to do that, you do have to quiet the mind so that the brain, so that you can feel the sensations coming from the brain. Now we do have this energy here. So this is in your image, how you feel right now. So you might have a situation right now where you're really feeling like you want to pick the right answer, but there's, you're having difficulty which one. It's not like one or another would be bad necessarily, but which one is the best one. And then this is talking about a reconciliation of some sort. So now if this is reconciliation with another person, it definitely could be, talking about forgiveness being needed. Forgiveness paves the path to reconciliation. You can forgive someone and not reconcile with them. You can forgive someone and not even tell them you forgive them. But this is talking about wanting to reconcile with someone from the past. Now, this is Virgo. This Virgo energy, we have Mercury. You're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury went retrograde on June 29th until July 23rd. And so you will be feeling the miscommunication of the retrograde energy. When Mercury goes retrograde, quite often there can be a lot of technical difficulties in communication as well. People may take what you say wrong, or you take what someone else says wrong. Communication is a little off. It's not uncommon at all. Plus, a lot of times people will come in from the past that you have unfinished business with, or that you've never had closure with. And so this is, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And so you're really feeling this energy probably more than a lot of other people. Plus, this energy is, you're an analytical thinker. So it's hard for you to get off the logical part of it. So this is maybe an answer for you about if you are planning to reconcile with someone. It is very, very common for Mercury retrograde energy to make us sentimentally sad, or, wanting to look into the past, or people from the past coming into our life, or past situations that we never did figure out how to fix coming in again. So this is really a good time for you to address that energy. This is saying that there could be illusions from your past all the way back to your childhood. When we look at this card, we see, two children playing in the yard and someone's watching over them. But then when you look again, you realize, hey, those are not children. That is actually a gnome, and that is a little woman. And they are playing with these potted plants here. But if you look at the little woman here from the back, she looks like an old hag, and from the front, she's a young person. The old hag says, we don't want to play with your stupid flowers. They're not even yours to give away. And the young version is saying, she's trying to explain herself and be nice. We don't want to get our hands dirty. We've got our white glove on, our white mitt, and we don't want to get it dirty. And so if someone from your past comes in that has caused you a lot of pain in your life, that you are still reeling from, are you going to allow them back in? And that's basically what this is saying. It would more than likely, it's up to you totally 100%. Keep in mind that when people show us who they are the first time around, generally that's the way they really are. Change is possible. So then we also have the white flowers in the pots here representing, white flowers in tarot represent innocence. And so this is talking about, these are also another illusion, because these are from the nightshade family. You would never let children play with these plants or pets, because if they ingest them, they would become very ill. Datra is part of the nightshade family, and shamans sometimes do use it in their ceremonies to create visions to heal childhood wounds. So this could be saying there could be an illusion from your childhood that is really holding you back from reaching the infinite potential that you want to. And now might be a good time to address it. So we do have also this person in the background is not actually watching over them. This is a stranger walking down the path. But don't worry, because they're not really children. But I do feel that this is saying, because it's in your abundance, that this is affecting your abundance in some way, something that happened when you were a child. And then we have this energy here of working very hard, being very focused on the pentacle energy. Pentacles in tarot are health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. A big part of that, of course, is money. And this is you being very focused on making money in that part. But, you know, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want if you don't have your health and you don't have love in your life. So this is talking about being very focused on making money. You may have started a project and have already completed 6 and you're on the 7th, and now you have only 1 pentacle to go and it will be ready to put out there. Or this could be you just are starting something new. And this is also talking about in your communication from when you were young. So I feel like it's maybe that's part of the issue. Maybe you were taught that you have to, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for money. You you have to put your nose to the grindstone, that type of energy. And really, it's better to be in a position where you work smart rather than work hard. And then we have this energy to the 3 of Cups. So cups in tarot do represent love, and quite often it is talking about romantic love, but it doesn't have to be. It could be love of anyone or anything. And it also can talk about something you love to do or something you love to be. Now, this is a celebration, but these people here are not celebrating each other. They're not even looking at each other. This is not an intimate scene. This is actually talking about an energy of celebrating something that has happened, or an event, or something that they feel is that they're happy about. Now, this card quite often, you know, in many cultures, if you toast someone in this manner and you don't look them in the eye, people will get really upset with you if you don't look them in the eye, because there's a lot of cultures have a suspicion that if you don't look someone in the eye when you're toasting them, it causes 7 years bad luck in romantic love lives, yours and theirs. So they will like get upset with you and say, look me in the eye. So this is saying no one's looking anyone in the eye here. Sometimes this card can represent gossip or slander, you know, that type of energy. And it can also sometimes representing a third party energy that is, you know, in romantic love. So we'll wait and see. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. This is in your emotional state at this time. And we do have a cup of love. So somebody is interested in you. It looks like they've got their eye on you. The Page of Cups is also talking about going back in time, because they would work for the king and queen at a very young age, around 7 to 14, depending on how mature they were. And you may think, well, that's really young, and it is, but back then it wasn't, because the life expectancy was half of what it is now. People went to work early back then. And this would be a huge coup for them. Like, this would be representing an energy of someone maybe that is apprenticing and got a real lucky break, you know, when they were young, and they are learning something that is really putting them in a higher bracket as far as lifestyle goes. And so like you can imagine, they're dressed in finery, they're being educated to the ways of the court, of the king and the queen and of the elite, and how people with money work. So this is a real coup, and it's actually also it would be very prestigious for their family. And this energy is talking about that someone has their eye on you. This is communication coming in, because that's what the pages mostly would do, is deliver communication back and forth between the people within the court, and sometimes run small errands and tasks. This is saying there's communication coming in about love, and it's coming in probably not by page. it might be in person, but it quite likely could be a phone call or a text message, or maybe you even get, you know, something delivered to your door, flowers, a gift. You know, someone has their eye on you. This can represent online dating. It's also maybe someone messages you on social media and you attend an event, and then you run into someone in person. You generally have to put yourself out there if you want to meet people. So, and this energy is talking about, you know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but this person has their eye on you, or you might have your eye on someone. Now, it definitely could be someone that you've known since you were a child, like, you know, up to the age of 21. The pages would, if they would if they were suitable, they would stay with the court. You know, when they were 21, they might even be considered for knighthood if they could purchase their own horse. So this is talking about someone that you might know of, or it might be something that happened to you when you were like in elementary school, high school, just about to start the workforce or going into college or university. So that could be very beneficial for you to understand that if you're wondering what is this information about. It might be coming in the future. Now, sometimes this card can also represent the energy of something fishy in your love life, that something stinks. What happens to a fish if you leave it out of water too long? It starts to smell. So it could be also indicating that. We do have, and it's sitting right here on this third party and possible third party energy. We do have the Knight of Wands. And so the Knight of Wands is talking, this is about your creativity, romance, and children. And this is talking about your daily routine. So the Knight of Wands is a rebel with a cause. This is, his element is the element of fire. And this is talking about having passion. The wands are made of wood, and the wood fuels fire, causing passionate action. He is... you know, he has learned to rein his emotions in and discipline his mind, as we were talking about here. And this has been very beneficial for him. You can see he has this big red plume on the back of his hat. And this is talking about the energy of, you know, of being impulsive and maybe a little bit hot-headed. He's learned to control that so he gets a better outcome. His horse is representing heartfelt energy and passion. And so that, you know, the pyramids in the background here represent the desire to explore the wonders of the world and have passion and be enthusiastic and optimistic. So there is something in your daily routine that I feel like there's a change coming. If you've been kind of like in this energy of feeling like, whatever, it's bland, there could be some excitement, some passion coming in. There could be, if you're looking for love, there definitely could be someone that has their eye on you, or maybe you have your eye on someone else. Now, I'm going to clarify the external forces from the bottom of the deck. We have, look at this, we have the Page of Wands. So this is interesting because the Page of Wands is defining the external forces coming in. And this is the same person. So definitely this Knight of Wands energy is someone that you probably have known since you were young, from your childhood. It's not necessarily someone that you've had a relationship with, but or maybe even known that well, but you do know of them and they have been in your past in some way. Probably, it's not saying that you had a relationship with them. So the Page of Wands is, you know, like the Page of Cups, the same idea, all of that. But his element is the element of fire. And so this is him feeling very passionate about something. He's got a feather in his cap. He's, you know, the pyramids, if you notice here, the pyramids are up close, so he has already explored those. They're in the distance, and he's looking for a new adventure, basically. This is someone who's feeling really optimistic. Now, it doesn't have to be someone from this age, but someone that's in that, you know, under 21, real optimistic. This is masculine energy. Of someone under the age of 21. So one thing you need to pay attention to with when information, communication comes in from the Page of Wands, it will be very passionate and enthusiastic, no matter what age. But keep in mind that, you know, if you see here how much this page, he admires his wand. And he's looking up to it. So quite often he is thinking with his little head. When he brings information in, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Now that he's a knight, though, this is talking about he's become more mature, and he's able to rein that in a little. So the knight, when the knight brings information in, it's much more accurate. When they're younger, you know, you might want to check the facts, or, you know, it might be overly optimistic. Okay, so that's interesting. So definitely this could be an energy coming in from someone you've known since, you know, way back when. And then we have and it could even be someone, maybe a friend of one of your siblings or something. This is talking about, this is the only card in tarot that is representing like adolescents that are fighting like this. And this quite often can represent like sibling rivalry. You might come from a large family. There's 5 here. Like this could be like, these all look like males. There's like 5 brothers fighting with each other. And you know, when people are younger, young males tend to wrestle around and all that. I was raised with sisters. I didn't have brothers, but I had cousins. So it would be like such a difference, like in the energy, like the rough and tumble and all of that. And so this energy can be talking about going way back to the past again, and this could be representing, but this is definitely, I feel, if this is a new passionate love coming in, it's representing someone that you knew way back when, because this is going in your position of partnerships, commitments, and even marriage. So it could be representing someone that you've known since you were very young, or perhaps you married someone that you've known since you were really young. Or it could even be, if this isn't about romantic love, this could be about getting into a business with someone that you knew way back when and becoming partners. So this is also, sometimes this is talking about immature competition. So it's like my Mean Girls card from, you know, if you think about narcissistic cheerleaders, like girls that are in, you know, grade 6 to, you know, grade 10 basically, and they made the team and a lot of other people didn't, and so they are the clear winners and they are, you know, the popular girls, and they really want that trophy. They're at a competition and they can see another team is definitely better than them, and they're trying to figure out how are we going to get that trophy. And they are more concerned with the trophy than their performance, actually. And so this energy is they'll do whatever they have to, you know, if they have to cheat, they'll cheat. They want that trophy. If they don't succeed, their mothers will pull strings behind the scenes to make sure that they get the trophy. It's important to them as well. So this energy is talking about an immature attitude towards competition. And, you know, rightly so, if you're young and you get into a business or something, you're going to have to do a lot of learning along the way. It's part of life. But when you mature, you realize, you know, anytime you're in a competition, you're really competing with yourself. Can you keep your shift together like the rebel with the cause here and not let your emotions get a hold of you? Holy smokes, there's a whole bunch of sirens here in the background suddenly, so I hope you can hear me. I'm not sure that my noise canceling mic is noise canceling enough for all of that. It's going further away now. So yeah, there's something alarming happening apparently. And so this is talking sometimes about, you know, when we become more mature, we start to recognize the competition is within ourselves. Keep your shift together or don't, you know. So if you're like, if you just make a decision within yourself that no matter what the competition is, you're going to go out there and be at least 1% better than the other, you know, than you were the last time you went out there. If everyone on the team has that, you know, idea then, and that maturity, then the team is going to progress very quickly. And, you know, the best case scenario would be to learn from the competition and be inspired by it. So, wow, look at that move they're doing. Let's figure out how, let's watch them and let's figure out how they're doing it and how are they so tight, like they're so together. Let's work on that. That's what we need to work on for the next competition. And when you start having that attitude, you're going to learn from the competition every time. You know, a lot of times people think you have to be like 100% better to win, but really you only have to be 1% better than the other team. So, you know, it's kind of like that, working hard for everything, enjoy the journey and work smart. And this is talking about the 6 of Pentacles. So definitely I do feel like this is talking about the 6 Pentacles that you have already completed. And this is quite a big harvest, and it's talking about this person wanting to share that with others. So these are the seeds that you've planted and the harvest is coming in. And he's sharing some with other people, but he has the scales of justice above this person's head because they already have something in their pocket. And so it's learning to use that discernment. How much time, money, energy are you going to put into a project, other people, etc. And it's interesting because this is coming from the external forces. So who has their hands on your 6 pentacles here? That's what I would want to know. That's in transition, by the way. So there's cutthroat energy out there. That's who has it. So there is cutthroat energy. I'm wondering because it seems like this is what you've been so hard at work on, but someone else seems to be risking your coins, you know, and delegating the money. Why is that? What's going on here? This isn't just money, it's also lifestyle. So this is talking about, the answer is cutthroat energy. This is talking about someone who, an energy coming towards you of conflict. And this is like risk it all behavior. Like the energy here is saying, I'm willing to risk everything to take this from you. And you have had to stand up for yourself here. And so you're standing up, and there's already 2 people that you've had to fight. And, you know, they've laid down their swords because they couldn't. You're like, no way, I worked so hard for this. No one's taking this from me. And so that's the energy. And this outer conflict will definitely cause inner conflict. And the more inner conflict, the more outer conflict you tend to attract because you're in this fighting mode. So this is, again, talking about the answer to your question here is which is the correct answer. Quite often, the question is more important than the answer. So that a lot of people, and maybe you're not asking the right question. And so this could be, what would make me happy? What are my authentic desires? Rather than what do I need to do to please society? That's the energy I feel I'm picking up here. And then that is about your higher learning. Like when you learn to quiet the mind so that you can go after your authentic desires, you're most likely going to be much happier and attract less conflict. And then this is talking about the strength and the commitment to face any fears that you have regarding that, and being able to move forward with strength and courage. This young woman is reaching into this mature adult male's mouth, which would be very dangerous. But look how submissive he's being. This represents her fear, and she is determined to allay her fears so that she can get into this energy and complete this project to get what she deserves out of it. And if she has to, she will fight to stand up for herself. But this is, she recognizes the fight first and foremost is within herself, because she has to dig deep within herself to be able to quiet her fears. And that could be way back when in childhood, but she's determined to do so. And the lion is being submissive because the fear is backing off. It recognizes she means business. And then we have, because how fair is it? There's 10 pentacles in tarot. Here you are working, and you're on the 7th already, and someone else is distributing these six that you've already completed for you. And this is leaving you with this. And so this is talking about, this is also about making money, interestingly enough. So whenever this cutthroat energy comes in, generally it is about money. Like if you're trying to figure out why, a lot of times people ask the question, why is this happening? Why, well, the reason is because some people will do anything for money. It's just the way it is. So if you follow the money, generally you'll see why they're doing what they're doing and why it's happening. This is definitely, it's very clear here. And so this is talking about having a strong foundation for making money. Like you know how to do it, you know how to go to work. This is safe money, just having enough to be able to keep going so that you can pay your bills and keep going so they can keep taking. Bottom line, you're not reaching your authentic desires or your crowning glory in this energy with this cutthroat energy behind you. So this is talking about, really starting to recognize what can you do This person has, this sometimes can represent being made to feel small, or being sold short, or making, or playing small yourself, and not taking any risks to grab onto the opportunities around you. Other people are grabbing onto the opportunities around you because you're so hard at work. And this energy here is about going into your authentic desires. But with this energy here and it being directed this way towards you, it feels like someone else really holds your money tight to their chest, your ideas, your lifestyle. This is something they want, and they're willing to take it from you. You see how close how tightly he's hanging on to that. And then this is talking about the crowning glory, like going after your destined path, like the high priestess, understanding that you're going to have to be a rebel with a cause, basically. And I feel like that's what's going on here. And so this is, you notice he has his back to the city. This can talk about having to leave your comfort zone, maybe leave people behind that you know, that you've known for a long time, but now that you know, okay, that's what's really going on behind my back. It's like you have to turn your back on that and move forward in the way that's strongest for you. And then we have, this is awesome. This is talking about you taking action now to bring this in for you, because there's a lot of potential in this reading. And this is talking about, it's already been launched. You know, they're launching their actions. There's 8. This could be 8 individuals, 8 groups, 8, 8 times, whatever this is, actions being launched towards you here to keep you in this hard at work energy so that they can, distribute it for you in the way they want it distributed. And this is you rejecting that energy and moving forward. Listen to your intuition. And a lot of times this can just be like, if it's been going on this long, it could just be people just used to you giving way too much of yourself, and now it's time for you to recognize it's not working anymore. Eventually, if you invest too much in others, then whether you're doing it knowingly or not, you run out of steam and you're not able to keep it up. So this is a really good reading, because when you come to the truth of the situation, then you can move forward in a very strong way. And I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification. I'm using my oracle tales from the Vector. If you're leaving the reading at this point, thank you so much for your time and energy, your likes and comments and shares and subscribes. I really appreciate it. I'm going to clarify now using my oracle. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. The bottom of the deck energy for these two, and we have the numbers on these cards represent the paintings. I started this oracle back in 2007. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I completed all the paintings in 2020, and this is how they are listed in the gallery. So you can, if you feel like checking it out, they say a painting can paint 1,000 words. Check it out. These I'll put in the description box, the cards as they appear here. So we do have this energy of Capricorn right away, a lot of ambition. Capricorn energy in its finest is very disciplined energy. And you know, the Virgo energy does represent the element of earth. And and earthly matters. So it's like real estate, agriculture, mining, financial matters, people who are like in the financial business, that type of energy. So the Capricorn energy is the most mature of the earth signs, and you're in the middle. And so this is talking about being able to see the possibilities in the challenges and start to turn them to work for you instead of against you. There's definitely been some disruption, and what's fun for some is not fun for everyone. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if other people have been, this can be like using your ideas, and your money. There might be something you don't know about here. There could be a huge illusion from your childhood. Feels like that's what's going on. The disruption, it's a tactic that people work. Like if they can get you working really hard so that they can keep mining your ideas, and while you're working hard, then you don't have the money. You see here, like it's being distributed for you, but not for your benefit, for other people's benefit. And then we have attachment. So what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. So this is a karmic space, and it's sitting right on your hard work. So someone definitely feels entitled to your hard work, and they want to claim it as their own. And as far as they're concerned, what's yours is mine, but what's mine is mine. So that doesn't sound very fair. And this is the mother of all karmic spaces. So, a lot of people feel karma is punishment, but it's actually just cause and effect for your actions and inactions. So this is talking about people that are, directly taking action to take from you, distribute, not risk their own money, but make sure they risk yours, to distribute it in a way that it pays off for them. And this is the mother of all karmic spaces, is when you become attached to someone or an idea or someone else's whatever, someone else's abundance, and decide, I'm going to make that mine. I deserve it more than they do. So it's that type of energy. We have denial. What I don't know won't hurt me. Yeah, you may have felt like these people have been celebrating with you, but unfortunately they're celebrating definitely, and they are happy when you do well, because then it gives them more to distribute. And so it can be that type of energy. The Empress energy is sitting right on this energy here. And so this could be talking about your energy. You might have your eye on someone. Someone might have their eye on you. Or it could be representing that the hardship that you've gone through has elevated you to manifesting at a very high level now. And as soon as you understand where the leaks are and you start plugging them, that's when all of a sudden it's just going to seem like everything just falls into place for you. And that's when you're going after your crowning glory. You're on God's path, not on someone else's. And then we have this can also talk about, there could be an energy of someone that is a highly known figure from your past, someone that has some authority or whatever, and they could be involved in this type of energy. Someone that is at the top of like social status or whatever. And this is the sun energy. This is God saying, you are a rebel with a cause. You work for me, and you will reach your crowning glory. And this is about to shift. Now, what's really interesting here is we do have the sun out. And I just want to point out that back on February 17th and then again on March 3rd, we had two eclipses. And the sun, the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, and I feel like it's speaking to you because on the March 3rd was actually when we had a lunar eclipse, and this energy I feel is affecting you quite a bit. Go back to what was going on February 17th to March 3rd in that eclipse season, because that quite often will last for. That energy was in, that was on March 3rd, it was a full moon in Virgo. And so it could be really affecting what's going on for you now. That was March 3rd. And before that, we had an eclipse in Aquarius in the new moon. And that energy you know, just look back at that time frame. It might give you some idea of what's going on. This is the sun. When the sun card comes out, it's shedding happiness on the entire reading. This is God's energy, and it's saying the truth is coming out about this matter. You may be aware of it and have just been wondering, how can I possibly deal with all of this, you know, in energy. But you'll notice this in the energy in the world right now. There's a lot of truths coming out, all sorts of different weird ways, and that's in big part because Uranus moved into the sign of Gemini about 6 weeks to 2 months ago, and that energy hasn't been on the planet since 1941 to 1949 when World War II was happening, and you know, the aftermath of that, and we're still dealing with the truth coming in from that. The thing is about it being in Gemini, Gemini is very quick-witted and can think and, you know, and adapt to change quicker than any of the other signs. And so this is like affecting like the weird truths that are coming out in situations, weird truths in weird ways. And this energy is going to be with us until 2033. So I feel like it's just part of that energy. Like it's like the truth eventually does come out, even if it takes 75 years. So this is talking about surrendering to the psychic energy. Like if your gut is telling you something, and like that's really actually coming from your central nervous system, because all the sensations come from the, you know, it's like the hard drive of a computer. So it's coming like from there essentially, but you're feeling it in your gut. That is like, you know, listen to that energy. That's your intuition telling you, take a look at something. And then we have the all-star energy. So the all-star energy is use your insight. So this is really saying just use your insight for this information coming in. It could be very beneficial for you, as well as your logic. And then lack of awareness is another karmic space that people have a tendency to fall into. And lack of awareness is when, you know, never underestimate the power of willful ignorance. And I feel like this is saying you need to use your insight, because this is your commitments, partnerships, and marriage. And it could go way back to people that you really care about, people in your family, people that you love, people that you grew up with, you know, people that you really trusted, friends that you had, you know, since elementary school and you went through high school. You may have lost touch with them now, but it's going back to that time frame. So this is talking about, you know, lack of awareness is not going to benefit anyone. And then we have perception. So definitely someone felt the grass is greener on the other side. And that is this energy here, this cutthroat energy that you're feeling. Look at the clouds are even like, they're just ripped into the sky there. And this is this or that thinking, my way or the highway. And then we have deception. There was deception somewhere in this information on a love level. So this could be, I mean, it could be representing that you have your eye on someone and this is someone new coming in. And it can also say in the past, you know, we have, because the information coming in from the night, he's been watching this happen since he was 6 years old. And he's maybe 35 now. So he has a lot of information. And he's learned to cool his heels a bit and really figure out what's going on. So this is, you know, he knows all the gossip. He knows what's been going on. He's been watching this for, what, maybe 30 years, 35 years now. And we have the magician saying, yes, this is your blessings. And if you pay attention here, it could be a huge energetic upgrade for you. You need to take a look back into the past, what was going on back then. And maybe if there's something that kind of sticks out in your mind, take a look into it. And then we have the battle star. Yeah, having the courage to face all this. This has come up twice in this reading here. Here it is in your career and reputation, and here it is, the truth is coming out of what was done behind your back here, basically. This outside conflict coming towards you. You know, when you start calming yourself down, then you see this energy that's coming towards you, your intuition is sending it back. It's like, no, thank you. You deal with what you did. I'm moving forward. This is got, you know, I feel like this is going to be like really an energy of where are you going to put your thoughts? What are you going to do with your energy? And looking into situations that like you might feel are iffy. So this is a general collective reading. Take the parts that work for you and leave the rest. I really feel that this really clarified it. Thank you for your time and energy. I will be back with another reading for you soon. And your likes and comments and subscribes are very much appreciated. Bye for now.